Good morning, everyone. Good morning, cadets. Before we start our lecture, I would like to introduce myself. So, I am Technical Sergeant Mark Anthony Castaneda, Reserve Philippine Army. So, I will be responsible for the lecture on the cyber security, our guest. The objective of this presentation is to educate and create awareness among the student community on use of technology, internet, social media, and its implication on possible cybercrimes, and also to avoid getting victimized by a cybercrime. And another one is to protect or prevent getting victimized by a cyber attack. So now the coverage of this subject, the five major topics we will be discussing. So first is the definition of terms. Second one is the types of cyber threat, and how cyber criminals choose their targets, and safety tips against cyber attack. So the last one, cybercrime in the Philippines. So definition of terms. What is cybersecurity? So cybersecurity is the state or process of protecting and recovering computer systems, network, devices, and programs from any type of cyber attack. So this includes the data information security, network security, database security, mobile security, communication security, and cloud security. So when you say data information security, it refers to the process of protecting data from unauthorized access and data corruption throughout its life cycle. So other one is the network security. So network security is the protection of the network components, internet connection, and content. So another one is the database security. So what is database security? So it refers to the range of rules, controls, and measures designed to establish and preserve database confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So, magandang database, it is an organized collection of structure and information or data. So, typically, it's stored electronically in the computer system. So, that is a database. So, another one, so, database is tulad ng isang filing cabinet. So, filing cabinet, so all files with information are stored and organized. So that is a database. So cloud security. Cloud security is a protection of data stored online via cloud computing platforms from theft, leakage, and deletion. So, amo na sa ang cloud security. So, gina-protect yung mga files and your data files in internet. So, the last one is the mobile security. So, mobile security is the protection of smartphones, tablet, laptops, and other portable computer devices. So, what is cyber attack? So, cyber attack is an offensive action taken by a hacker or unauthorized individual or a group of individuals who target computer systems. So, IT infrastructure, computer networks, mobile devices, and other computing devices by using different methods to break into, steal, damage, or alter crucial data and information. So, IT infrastructure means is the system of hardware and software, and also a facilities and service components that support the delivery of business system and IT-enabled processes. So, amo na siya ang IP infrastructure. So, when you say computer network, it's referred to as a data network in a series of interconnected nodes that can transmit, receive, and exchange data, voice, and video traffic. So, that is the example of a internet. So, makatransmit ka sa video and also makatransmit ka sa, makareceive ka sa mga data. So, in exchange. So why do we need cybersecurity? So cybersecurity is important because it protects all categories of data from theft and damages or damage. So this includes sensitive data, personally identifiable information or PII, so protected health information or PHI, personal information, intellectual property, governmental data, and industry information system from cyber criminals. So, personally identifiable information. So, what do you mean by personal identifiable information? So, any representation of information that permits of an individual to whom information applies to be reasonably inferred by an either direct or indirect means. So, the best example is your Facebook. So, amo na siya ang kanya yung personal identifiable information. So, binibigay mo yung mga information mo sa social media. So, without knowledge about cybersecurity, so you and your family or your organization cannot defend itself against data breach. So, or any type of cyber attack. So, which makes it an irresistible target by a criminal. So that's why we need so much yung cybersecurity. So you know why. So let me give you an example of how cyber attack work and how cyber security works. So let's watch a cyber attack experience story of Cadet at De La Cruz. So please watch and listen carefully.
Meet Anne. She often shops from www.shoppingcart.com. She has her information like email ID, address, and credit card details saved on the website to enable a faster and hassle-free shopping experience. The required information is stored in a server. One day, Anne received an email which stated her eligibility for a special discount voucher from shoppingcart.com. In order to receive the coupon code, she was asked to fill in her shoppingcart.com account credentials. This didn't seem fishy to her at the time, as she thought it was just an account verification step. Little did she realize the danger she would be facing. She was knocked off her feet when a substantial amount of money was wiped off her account. How do you think this happened? Well, yes, the email she received was fake. Anne's shoppingcart.com account witnessed unauthorized access from a third party. This type of attack is known as a cyber attack, and the person who carries it out is called a hacker. Could Anne have prevented this attack? Indeed, she could have, with the help of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity involves techniques that help in securing various digital components, networks, data, and computer systems from unauthorized digital access. There are multiple ways to implement cybersecurity, depending on the kind of network you are connected to and the type of cyber attacks you are prone to. So, let's take a look at the various cyber attacks that Anne could have been exposed to. One of the most common types of cyber attacks is a malware attack like trojan, adware, and spyware, to name a few. Had Anne downloaded any suspicious attachments online, her system could have gotten corrupted by certain malicious viruses embedded within the attachments. Next is a phishing attack, the type of cyber attack which Anne experienced. Here, the hacker usually sends fraudulent emails, which appear to be coming from a legitimate source. This is done to install malware or to steal sensitive data like credit card information and login credentials. Another type of attack is the man-in-the-middle attack. Here, the hacker gains access to the information path between Anne's device and the website's server. The hacker's computer takes over Anne's IP address. By doing so, the communication line between Anne and the website is secretly intercepted. This commonly happens with unsecured Wi-Fi networks and also through malware. Password attack is one of the easiest ways to hack a system. Here, Anne's password could have been cracked by using either common passwords or trying all possible alphabetical combinations. To prevent future cyber attacks, Anne sought to implement a few cybersecurity practices.
So that is Cadet Anne's story. So she had been caught by a phishing type of cyber attack. So, the money on the bank was compromised because her credential and information was stolen by a cyber criminal. So if she have a knowledge about cybersecurity, maybe hindi siya manakawan ng pera at yung kanyang mga credential and data information hindi rin makuha ng cyber criminal. So, any questions so far, cadets? So, if there's none, let's proceed from another slide. So cyber criminal. So what is cyber criminal? So, are individual or a group of people who use technology to commit cybercrime. So, with the intention of stealing sensitive company information or personal data and generating some profits or kumukuha ng mga pera or nag-generate ng pera. So, they are the most prominent and most active type of attacker. Okay? So, that is cybercriminal. Next one is, what is cybercrime? So, cybercrime is also called computer crime. The use of computers, smartphones, and tablets and other computing devices in which are stand-alone or part of a network are used as a tool or a target of criminal activity. So, it is often committed by a people of destructive and criminal mindset, either for revenge, greed, or adventure. So, that is cybercrime. So, there are so many types of cybercrime. So, example is that email and internet fraud. And also, I think is in the identity fraud, so where personal information is stolen and used. So, another one is cyber extortion. So, ang cyber extortion, yun yung nagdidemand ng pera at saka nag-prevent or threatened attack. So, ganyan yung cyber extortion. Now, the other one is ransomware. So, ransomware attack, so it's a type of cyber extortion. So, naghihingi ng pera. So, let me explain later about sa ransomware. So, that last one is, or the other types of cybercrime na remember ko is yung cyber espionage. So, cyber espionage is just like hackers access a government or a company data. So, that is some example of cyber crime. So, how cyber criminals choose their targets and how it done. So, cyber criminals choose a target depends on their motivation. So, the hackers will attack for a wide variety of reasons, so ranging from altruistic intention or maybe personal glory, revenge, espionage. Ito kanina yung sinabi kong espionage and financial gain. So, maybe magsabi ka ng intention, altruistic intention, maybe intended behavior. So, kumbaga, may intention na hanapin or yung tawag, may intention na hanapin ka sabay ng target. So the next one is personal glory. So yung personal glory is just like they need for popularity. So maging popular ka. So, ganyan yung ginagawa ng criminals. So, the other one, so financial gain. So, when you say financial gain, so they want your money or they want money. So, ganyan yung mga criminal mag-choose ng kanilang target. So, another one is cyber criminals don't choose a particular person. So, the victim may be selected because they responded to an email or came in contact with the criminal through other means. So, perhaps you chatted with the wrong person or visited the site and you downloaded some malware. So, criminals don't choose a particular person. So, that is how criminals do their attacks. So, criminals are drawn to where their targets are. So, a good example, example lang. So, if a pedophile wants to meet a child, and if I'm the white hat hacker or a anti-cybercrime group, so, or targeting him. So, sino-surveillance ba yung pedophile na tao? So, and I want to know his information, simply, I will attract him to a fake website na ginawa ko or ginawa namin ng group. So, para sa pedophile na tao. So, yung pedophile is yung tao na mahilig sa mga bata. So, aside from that, so mahilig yan sa makipaghagutan sa mga bata. So, that is how anti-cybercrime group do their attacks on criminal like pedophile person. Yun. So, similarly, similar sa sa explanation ng paano mo i-drone yung targets. So, if I were the black hat hacker and I wanted to get your credit card numbers and data information, so I might copy or create a website similar to a legit where you enter your information or kundi gagamitin ng website. So, that is how criminals target, how do criminals choose their targets. So, the last one is cyber criminals selected their target for a very specific reason. So, if you want a past relationship with someone or he or she wants revenge, they might upload your appropriate picture to a site. So, they may harassing you, bully you, threaten you, and some other way. So, sa mga cadets na in relationship, so mag-ingat kayo sa partner nyo. Baka kayo dyan maghahagutan or pumunta sa mga malamig na lugar, sa madilim at malamig na lugar at saka mag-moment. So, mag-take ng video kayo dyan while nag-moment. So, hindi tama yan. So, have privacy, cadets. Dapat meron kang privacy. So, kung meron kayong nagmo-moments, dapat don't take pictures or any videos. Kasi evidence yan. Aside from evidence, pwede yan magamit sa cybercrime. Okay? So, that's how criminals do their attacks. So, this type of attacks is form of revenge. So, tandaan nyo yan. So, maybe, pag naghiwalay kayo, at saka hindi kontento yung partner mo or your ex, so baka mag-revenge sa'yo. So, yung gawin niya is to upload your, your pictures or in the website at saka ibuli ka or i-defame. So, yan So, mag-ingat kayo, cadets. So, conclusion. So, cyber criminals isn't always the creepy nerd living in a creepy apartment that is always shown in TV or in movies. So, maybe there are some and you know whether they expect na kakilala mo or kaibigan mo pala. So, yan. So, hindi mo alam, baka yung mga cyber criminals, malapit lang sa'yo. Or let's say kakilala mo or baka kapamilya mo. So, who knows? So, any questions before we proceed to another topic? So, if there's none, let's proceed. So, types of cyber threat. So, types of cyber threat. So, what is a cybersecurity threat? So, it's a threat or cybersecurity threat is a malicious act that seeks to damage data, steal data, or disrupt digital life in general. So, cyber threats includes computer viruses, data breaches, denial of service attacks, and other attack vectors. So, ang denial service attacks is just like a spamming. So, kung gusto mo attack sa isang server, so I will send spam message para maging mag-cause ng lag sa kanyang system. So that is a denial of service. So when you say threat, so what is threat? Danger that something unpleasant might happen to you or to others. Okay? So cyber threats is also refers to the possibility of a successful cyber attack that aims to gain unauthorized access. Also, it can damage or steal an information technology asset, another computer network, and intellectual property or any form of sensitive data. Okay, so let us look into the different types of cyber attack. So, types of cyber threat. So, number 1 is malware. So, what is malware? The term malware or a malicious software, malware, encompasses a various type of attacks including spyware, viruses, and worms. So, malware uses a vulnerability to breach a network when a user clicks a planted dangerous link or email attachment, which is used to install malicious software inside the system. So, malware is a software that it is a software that hides inside the software. So, if you are familiar with uTorrent downloader, ang application, yan ang isang application sa internet na nagda-download ng ng mga videos and saka mga application. So, that is example of a malware. For me lang yan. So, mayroon dyan ng mga add-ons na application software sa loob ng uTorrent. So, for example, sa application ng uTorrent, so once nag-install ka ng application na yan, so mayroon siyang mga add-ons, mga like Opera browser, and some unnecessary apps na nakalagay sa loob, nakapackage ba. So, naka-hide lang yan sa loob ng installer. So, and after mo ma-install, it runs the services after the installation process. So, once natapos mo yung installation at nag-click ka ng okay so, do you want to finish the installation? So, blah, blah, blah. So, click, finish. So, bam! Pag-click ng finish, automatic yung malware sa loob ng computer, so mag-run yan. So, iikot-ikot lang yan sa Windows services. Hanggang makakita siya ng kanyang mapasukan. So, pag yan nakapasok sa system, so it will cause lag or makorrupt yung mga files or Windows files. So, masisira yung operating system ng yung computer. So, ganyan mag-attack yung malware. Okay, so some common types of malware is example of viruses. So, viruses, this infect application attaching themselves to the initialization sequence. So, the virus replicates itself, infecting other code and the computer system. So, as I said earlier, so once pasok yung malware, so literally the virus, so kakalat yan sa Windows services. So parang nag-attach lang yan. So pag nag-attach yan, so once nag-run ang application, it will also run the malware. So kung malware is my script na nagsisend ng mga data information sa third party or sa hacker, so your computer is already compromised. So, this type of malware, the virus, can replicate its function and also attach themselves in operating system services. So, application like Microsoft Office and other application that has file extension na exe. So, for example, Microsoft Office.exe. So, ganyan yung pagkabasa. So, lahat ng application na may file extension na exe, yan usually ang ini-infect ng virus. Okay? So, lahat ng application or files na by XA, yan, ginagawa ng virus is to attach and execute, destroy or make the application corrupted and unreadable in Windows operating system. Sa mga file na infected, so yung nangyayari is na-detect ng antivirus. So once na-detect ng antivirus, yung infected file, so at saka mga files na infected, so dinidelete yan ng antivirus or ina-isolate sa isang lugar sa loob ng computer system. So that is how the antivirus stop. So once yan detect yan ng antivirus, it's either i-quarantine or i-delete yan. So or i-isolate sa isang lugar. So okay? So that is how computer virus or malware operates. So other common types of malware is trojan. So what is trojan? A malware program designed by a hacker to break into electronic and digital devices by disguising the program as a useful software. So, Trojan can cause disrupting the performance of the computer or the network. So, when you say disrupting, so it can cause lag or disconnection sa computer network. And also, Trojan can delete data. So, usually, makikita mo yan sa USB. So, once pinag mo yung USB at saka nag-run yung auto-run script ng USB at saka kung may infected yan lang Trojans, automatic, it will deleted in your USB storage. So, yung iba is in-hide lang nila. So, chine-change yung yung status. So, gagawin nilang hidden yung mga files sa loob ng USB mo. So, akala mo na nawala yung mga files mo, pero andyan lang yan sa loob ng storage. So, pag ganyang kinds of threats, so maybe may Trojan attack na yan sa yung USB storage. So, another one, Trojan can block your data. And also, can modify your data inside your computer. So, copying data without your permission. So, it is just like a malicious digital pest who aim to steal and destroy victims' computer. So, without noticing. So, that is Trojan. Trojan horse. Okay? So, next one is worms. So, unlike viruses, they don't attack the host. Being self-contained programs that propagate across networks and computers. So, worms are often installed through email attachment, sending a copy of themselves to every contact in the infected computer email list. So, let me give you an example of worm attack. So, way back in the early 2000s, so there was a Filipino hacker who created this type of malware. So, ang tawag dyan is I love you bug. So, this I love you bug is a worm type. So, the malware disguises itself as a love letter and received by email. So, it is estimated that I love you bug infected more than 45 billion peoples. So, imagine, 45 billion across the world. So, back in 2000 yan. So, causing losses worth of little 30 to 50 million dollars. So, ganyan kagabi yung pag-attack ng worms noong early 2000. So, hamakin nyo a Filipino hacker pa yung gumawa. So, the worm is one of the first malware example to have used social engineering in cyber attack. So, see, for me, don't never underestimate the Filipino hacker. So, mga cadets, always mag-ingat. So, baka hindi mo alam, kakilala mo pala yung mga hacker na nag-spy sa'yo. Or hinihintay ka lang na mag-compromise or biktima ng cyber threats. Okay? So, next one is phishing. So, phishing is one of the most used types of cyber attacks. So, by these methods, attackers try to get access to personal information or personal information like login, credential, debit, or credit card details by pretending themselves as concerned competent authorities. So, phishing is executed mainly through emails, messaging, and phone calls. So, let me give you an example on how phishing attack done. So, for example, account deactivation or compromise. Or account compromise. So, if you are doing online banking, so a hacker or a cyber criminal sends you an email or a text telling you that your bank account has been compromised and it will be deactivated unless you confirm your bank details. So once you open that link and fill your private information, So do you think what will happen to your bank account? Siyempre, ma-compromise yan. So pag sinabing compromise, lahat ng information na inilagay mo at saka yung pera sa ATM mo or credit card ay maaaring mawala. So, the link in the phishing attack or phishing email takes the victims to fake bank website and steal the bank information and money, and maybe it is used to commit further crimes. So, that is how phishing attacks the victim. Okay, so sa mga cadets, be familiar with this type of cyber attack. So next one is a spyware. So a spyware, a type of program installed to collect information about users. So their systems or browsing habits, sending the data to the hacker or criminal. So spyware is classified as a type of malware. So it gathers your personal information or relays it to hackers or by a cyber criminal. Example, so a keylogger. So maybe familiar ka mo sa keylogger or dapat i-familiarize nyo. So a keylogger was installed in your computer. So keyloggers usually collect information and send it back to the hacker by monitoring the keyboard strokes through pattern recognition. So, if you are infected by spyware and the moment you log in your credentials like online bank account or social media account, so, and ano yung action na ginawa mo sa keyboard, so, then wala. Congratulations, your account has been compromised. So, anong possible na mangyayari? So, pwede na mawala yung pera mo sa ATM, or kung debit card or credit card yan, siguro nag-all-in out shopping na yung hacker or yung cyber criminal. So, gamit yung account ng credit card mo. So, and if sa social media, so may possible na hindi mo na malagin yung account mo dahil pinalitan na yung password. So, that is type spyware or a keylogger attack. So, that is how the spyware works. So, ransomware. Ransomware, these attacks are one of the most frightening cyber threats. So, during these attacks, victim-sensitive data is encrypted and only decrypted if a ransom price is paid. So, victims only become aware that they are being compromised when they are presented in a formidable message announcing the successful attack. So, as far as I know, there is many types of ransomware, but I only remember some of them. And one of them is a locker ransomware. So, this type of malware blocks the basic computer function. So, for example, you may have denied access to your desktop or your computer. So, while the mouse and keyboard are partially disabled. So, when you say partially, yung keyboard at saka mouse mo is hindi gumagana. Or, let's say, yung mouse mo, pag ginalaw mo, dahan-dahan lang yan gumagalaw. So, it causes lag, and also, in your keyboard, it can cause delay in typing. So, maybe, pag ganyan yung na-experience mo, baka infected ka ng ransomware. Okay? So, another one is the crypto ransomware. So, crypto ransomware is the aim of crypto ransomware is to encrypt your important data. So, such as documents, pictures, and videos. So, mga important files na nasa loob ng iyong computer. So, but not to interfere with this basic computer function. So, yung gawin lang nila is to encrypt your files sa loob ng computer. So, this can cause or spread panic because users can see their files but cannot access them. So, yung ginagawa is parang unreadable na yung mga files. Or let's say naka-compress, no? Parang WinRAR or WinZip. So, pinapasok doon sa loob, tapos nilalagyan ng password. So, that is how crypto ransomware attack. So, take note, cadets. So, there is no guarantee na if magbabayad ka ng pera or ransom, so na hindi sure na may ibabalik sa'yo yung mga files na in-encrypt. So, yung mga encrypted files. So, di ka sure kung babalik sa'yo yon or ibigay sa'yo yung password. So, I'd rather to select or to reformat my computer than to pay sa mga criminals. So, be aware of this type of attacks. Usually, a ransomware. So, kung ikaw gumagawa ng thesis at saka na-attack ka ng crypto ransomware at saka na-encrypt yung file mo, so, mabatay ka na lang sa iyak. So, be aware of this kind of attack. So, next, cyber attacks. So, man-in-the-middle attack. So, a man-in-the-middle attack, middle cyber attack or MITM attack occurs when the hacker places himself in between the client and the owner or between users and the server or between clients and the server to misinform the client and gets unauthorized access to the data and information system. So, ang man-in-the-middle attack is parang ikaw at saka yung online shop. So, yung ginagawa niya is pumapasok sa gitna. So, para ma-interfere yung transaction mo sa web server or sa online server, online shopping website. So, yung gawin niya is to interfere. So, kung ano yung transaction mo at saka siya yung magsisend sa server or sa online shopping website. So, once nakuha yung mga information mo, so, yun, patay ka. So, man-in-the-middle attack. So, this is how man-in-the-middle attack work. So, example. So, a bad access point or free hotspot or a free Wi-Fi connect. So, the device equipped with wireless cards and will often try to auto-connect the access point. So, meron yung parang card na pag nakakita ng access point, so it will automatically connect sa access point. So, that is emitting the strongest signal. So, attackers can set up their own wireless access point and trick the nearby device to join to its domain. So, all of the victims of network traffic can now be manipulated by the attacker. So, this is very dangerous because the attacker does not even have to be a trusted network or para magsagawa nito. So, the attacker simply needs close enough physical proximity. So, sa mga mahilig mag-connect sa mga free wifi dyan, ha? Sa mga cadets. So, magdalawang isip na kayo. Ha? So, usually yan sa mga public areas, sa mga, I think, sa plaza. Ha? Meron yung, meron yung free wifi. Okay? So, take note. Take note, cadets. Do not use free wifi when you are in doing a online transaction. So, kung meron kang transaction to mobile online bank, so huwag kang mag-connect sa mga free wifi. So, mas maigi na gamitin mo yung data mo sa cellphone. Okay? So, any questions so far about sa types of cyber attack? So, okay. So, if there's none, let's proceed from another topic. So, safety tips against cyber attack. So, safety tips sa mga para sa cyber attack. So, what to do when you've been hacked? Anong gagawin mo kung ikaw ay na-hack? So, first, update your systems. Excuse me. So, update your system and delete any malware and make sure your security software is up to date. So, if you don't have security software, so get it. But install security software only from reputable, well-known companies. So, then run this scan your computer for viruses and spyware. So, delete any suspicious software and restart your computer. So, for me is always check your your computer or your Windows na dapat always up to date. So, kasi yung Microsoft ay nagsisend ng mga updates about sa security ng yung computer system. So, always, update your system and delete any malware and make sure your security software is up to date. So, the next second one is change your password. So, kung ikaw yung, hinahack, so, change your password as soon as possible. So that if you are able to log into your email or social networking account. So someone may have gotten your old password and changed it. So if you use similar password for other accounts, change them. So make sure you create strong password that will be hard to guess. So gawa ka ng password na mahirap i-guess. So, number 3, the advice your email provider or social networking site has about restoring your account. So, you can find helpful advice specific to the service. So, if your account has been taken over, you might need to fill out forms to prove it's really you trying to get back to your account. So if your account in social media or your email account has been compromised, so you may contact your customer service. So mga tao na pwede na tumulong sa iyo para ma-recover yung mga account or your account mo. So check your account settings. So once you're back in your account, make sure your signature and away message don't contain unfamiliar links. So if that messages aren't being forwarded to some else address. So on your social networking services or service, so look for changes to the account since you last logged. So dapat i-monitor mo yung log in and log out ng yung account. So next, number 5, tell your friends. So a quick email letting your friends know that they might have gotten a malicious link or a fake plea for help can keep them from sending money they won't get back or installing malware on their computers. So tell your friend na na-hack yung account mo or your email. So, if there's ano tawag to? Malicious post sa mga social media account mo. So, you must tell your friends as soon as possible na hindi ikaw yung gumagawa. Okay? So, usually, natin yan makita or mabasa natin yan sa mga social media. So, literally, sa Facebook na-hack yung mga account. So, be aware ka din. So, another one is to what to do before you hack. So, ano ba yung gagawin mo bago ka na-hack or hindi ka pa na-hack? So, use unique password for important sites like your bank and email. So, that way, someone who knows one of your password won't suddenly have access to all your important account. So, for me, if banking, so sa akin lang in my own experience, pag ako may iba't ibang application na ini-install sa ko, so gumagawa ako ng bagong email address. So so ganyan, gawa ako ng bago, tapos yung email address na yan is nililista ko sa aking tickler or small notebook or let's say diary. So, lahat ng information, yan sinusulat ko. So, pati lahat ng mga password, so para hindi ko makaligtaan. Okay? So, pag nag-change dyan, lagyan mo ng date. So, kung kailan ka nag-change ng password. So, yung mga yung mga bank transaction mo, maybe create another email para sa ganyang transaction na. So, wag mong gawing general yung isang email address lang. So, dapat gumawa ka ng iba't ibang email. So, example, sa social media, so dapat may separate ka na email address. So, kung banking transaction, so gumawa ka ng another email address. Hindi nga pwede yung sa Facebook mo at saka sa bank mo, iisa lang. So, kasi pag na-compromise yung isang email, so lahat ng information na sa loob ng yung email address, so makukuha yun ng hacker or ng cybercriminal. Okay? So, next is choose a strong password. Password that harder to crack. So, some people find password managers or software that store and remember your password for you. So, a helpful way to keep things straight, if you use a password manager, make sure to select a unique and strong password for it. So, many password managers will let you know whether they master the password you created is strong, is enough. So, okay. So, install a password manager. So, kaya lang, paano kung na-hack yung mobile device mo na nandun yung mga password manager mo? So, for me again, so much maigi na isulat mo or gumawa ka na lang ng sarili mong diary or password manager. So, doon, sulat mo lahat. So, tapos, yung notebook mo, dapat dala-dala mo yan every time. So, okay? So, safeguard your username and secret password. So, think twice. When you are asked to enter your credential like usernames and secret passwords, so never provide them in response to an email. So, if the email or text seems to be from your bank or for your bank example, so visit the bank website directly rather than clicking or any links or calling any numbers in the messages. So, you rather go to the bank or contact to messenger kung ano yung bank na na in-enroll mo sa yung mobile online banking. So, hindi pwede na mag-click ka lang or mag-click sa mga email or mga messages or sa text messages. Okay? So, scammers and facilitate well-known business to trick people into giving out personal information. So, take note that. So, next is turn on your two-factor authentication if your service providers offer it. So a number of online services or two-factor authentication where getting into your account requires a password plus something else. So say a code or send to your smartphone to provide it is really you. So example is the Google Authenticator. So Google Authenticator, ginagawa niya is aside from password, for example, nag-login ako ng Facebook account ko sa labas, sa public area or sa public cafe. So yung ginagawa ng authenticator is to ask your 6-digit codes. So bali dalawa yung yung password. So first yung customized password. So after nag-login ka ng customized password, it will ask again your 6-digit code that generates in your Google Authenticator. So yon, so makikita mo yan sa cellphone mo. So parang ganito. So parang ganyan. So every minute nagbabago yung 6-digit code. So that is how two-factor authentication. So the other one is the one-time password o yung OTP. So andyan yan sa settings ng it's either email or your banking application. So yung gagawin niya is every time mag-login ka ng app using your credential, your user and password, so it will send you a message that your account login sa ibang lugar. So aside from that, magsisend yan ng one-time password. So yung one-time password is usually naka-register yan sa number ng mobile mo. So ganyan yung two-factor authentication. Okay? So I rather suggest to you cadets that install some application na two-factor authentication. So next is don't click on links or open attachment in emails unless you know who sent them and what they are. So the link or attachments could install malware on your computer. So also do your part. So don't forward random links. So always remember, think before you click. Take note nyo yan. Think before you click. So huwag kang click lang yan ng mga email or mga link na pinapasa sa'yo. So you should select, search or research that kinds of link. So baka isayang patibong or na cyber attack ka na pala. Okay? So, download free software or only from sites you know and trusted website. So, if you are not sure, do not trust. If you're not sure who to trust, do some research before you download any software. So, free games, file sharing programs, and customized toolbars also could contain malware. So, just only download sa mga trusted websites lang. Yung mga free application. So, okay. I will give you an example. So, this mobile device. So, this device is the most vulnerable device na pwede anytime atake ng cyber criminal. Tandaan nyo, yung mobile sa most vulnerable to. So, hindi lang pwede mag-install ka lang dyan ng mga free application or free games. So, dapat check mo yung reviews, yung mga comments ng mga application na gusto mong i-download. So, pag nakita mo yan na 5-star, usually sa ratings, so, you may download. Saka yung mga comments, ang mga feedback, okay. So, you may download that kind of application. So next one is don't treat public computers like your personal computer. So if it's not your computer, don't let a web browser remember your password. And make sure to log out of any accounts when you're done. So, in fact, if you can help it, don't access personal account like emails or especially bank accounts on the public computers at all. So, also be careful anytime when you use public Wi-Fi. So, again, do not remember your password in the public computers. Okay? So, kung mayroon ka man nakakita na naka-open sa computer, so nakaligtaan ng ibang tao, so do not open that emails also. So, have privacy. Dapat bigyan mo rin yung tao ng privacy kasi bad yan. Pag nakita mo yung mga laman ng mga social media accounts or your email, so you may be a criminal. So kung ginamit mo yan or nihack mo yan. Yes? So log out. Every time you complete your work and don't intend to use the system computer, you must log out your account. Okay? So, after mo kung nandyan ka sa public area or sa public computer sa mga cafe, so, once natapos mo yung mga gawain mo or after mo mag-use ng computer, you should log out your account, especially yung social media account and your email. So, para hindi ma-compromise yung mga information. So, antivirus. Use antivirus. So, install a reliable and strong antivirus against any malicious software. So, computer viruses and worms and other programs na develop. So, use a trusted antivirus. So, some antivirus like I think this Avast and I think Avast at saka McAfee. So, yung Avast, so dito tayo sa Avast. Yung Avast free antivirus is usually a malware. Also, kinds of malware na automatic lang nag-i-install sa yung computer. So, usually, makita mo yan sa yung personal computer na nag-download ka ng application. So, after installing that application, so, nagtaka ka na lang na mayroon ka ng ibang antivirus. So, yung antivirus na yan is binablock yung unang antivirus mo sa computer. So, take note, hindi pwede mag-run ang dalawang antivirus sa isang computer. I mean, run ng kanyang service. So, kung sino yung pinaka-strongest protection, siya yung first take action sa mga attacks. So, pero, yung ginawa kong example, si Abbas, is parang, din siya, isang type of malware na automatic, nag-i-install lang siya sa computer or sa yung system. So, next is respect others' privacy. So, having respect for others' privacy and confidentiality is crucial, especially the more and more people are connected into the internet. So, like others aking example na sa public public computers. So, kung may nakita ka doon na naka-open na mga accounts niya, so huwag mong galawin. So, you may be log out or you restart the computer para hindi na makala-open ulit. Okay? So, any questions, cadets? Any questions? So, if there's none, we proceed sa another topic. So, cyber attack in the Philippines. So, ano ba yung mga cyber attacks in the Philippines? So, mga iba't ibang cybercrime or cyber attacks. So the first is cyber stalking. So cyber stalking, so it is an act of stalking, harassing, or threatening someone using internet or computer as a medium. So this is often done to defame a person and use email, social network, instant messenger, web posting, and etc. So as using internet as a medium, as it offers anonymity. So the behavior includes false accusations, threats, so sexual exploitation to minors, yung mga sex traffickers, online sex traffickers, and monitoring. So yung nagmo-monitor. So yung cyber stalking is also is cyber crime. So yung ginagawa is to sinisiraan, to online or binubuli. Okay? So yung ginagawa is to post some mga pictures na yung pangit ba, kumbaga pangit sa paningin, saka sisiraan ka. So that is cyber stalking. So next, yung pinakasikat dito sa Pilipinas is yung cyber scam or online scam. So scams can happen in a myriad ways. So via phishing emails, social media, or the SMS messages on your mobile phone. So fake technology support phone calls, scareware, and more. So the main purpose of these types of scam can range from credit card theft, capturing user login and password credentials. So and also even identity theft. So ang cyber scam is usually yung target simply yung pera mo. So yan yung tina-target ng mga online scammer. So aside from that, so they also targeting your data. So para ma-hack nila yung mga naka-registered na information sa'yo, like your banking bank credentials, social media credentials, and others. So mga so yan yung cyber scam or online scam. So next one is child pornography. So it is an act of possessing image or video of minor engaged in sexual conduct. So usually marinig and makikita natin to sa news. Yung mga ibang parents or yung mga relatives, yung ginagawa nila is binibenta nila yung mga kanilang anak or yung mga mga kapuan. So binibenta nila sa labas ng sa ibang bansa. So that is child pornography. So sa mga pedophile ba. So yung iba is ginagawa nila is mag-create sila ng mga groups. So upon creating that groups or group chat, so diyan nagkakandak minsan ng cyber sex, yun yung tawag. So yung iba is binibenta nila yung mga pictures, videos, and others. So para magkapera. Okay? So that is example of some pornography or child pornography in cyberspace. So the next one is forgery and counterfeiting. So it is a use of computer to forgery and counterfeiting a document. So with that advancement in the hardware and software, it is possible to produce counterfeit which match the original document to such an extent and it is not possible to judge the authenticity of the document without expert judgment. So yung sikat na sikat dyan is yung lugar sa recto. So yung recto, yun yung mga sikat na pagawaan ng mga fake documents. So that is a forgery and counterfeiting. So yung iba is na pumupunta. So other mga computer geniuses, yung mahilig mag-edit ng ng documents. So, that is forgery. So, kung without a proper authority or authenticity, so that is a cybercrime. Okay? So, next is software piracy and crime related to IPR software piracy. So, it is an illegal production and distribution of personal use or businesses. So, it comes under crime related to IPR infringement. So, some of the other crimes under IPR infringement are downloading of songs, downloading of movies or videos. So, usually, kung yung mga Pinoy mahilig sa free, yun. So, yung ginagawa is, sa Netflix, dito nag-stream ng Netflix. So, yung ibang Pinoy is ginagawa nila is to capture the video stream sa computer at saka pinoproduce na at ibinibenta sa internet. So that is a software and crime related software piracy and IPR software piracy. Okay? So sa bagay, video sa atin dito is a video hindi gaganon yung ating laws sa cybercrime. So yung mga piracy, so parang hindi nila priority. So pero pag child pornography, yung mga sex trafficking, siyempre priority yan. Okay? So, cyber terrorism. So, it is defined as the use of computer resources to intimidate or coerce the government. So, the civilian population or any segment thereof in the furtherance of political or social objectives. So, cyber terrorism usually natin ito sa labas sa ibang bansa. So, dito, sa sometimes, ginagamit din ang cyber terrorism. So, it's just like propaganda to using the cyber or the internet. Okay? So, last is, the next one is phishing. So, the purpose of phishing is identity theft and the personal information like username, password, and credit card number, and etc. So, may be used to steal money from user account. So, yung phishing attack, so marami dito gumagawa ng this type of attacks. So, this is the end of our lecture. I hope meron kayong natutunan sa ating subject about cybercrime awareness. So, salamat. Thank you very much, cadets, for listening. And I hope by next SEB, sana makita-kita na tayo sa face-to-face class instruction. Okay? So, say hi lang ako dyan sa India Company. Okay? Thank you very much. And this is end of our lecture. Thank you very much.